We are so bothered about many other things. That's why thanksgiving becomes an uphill task for us. Whatever force kept you on your feet till date requires your attention in thanksgiving and praise. And I can tell you something, it is not the devil who kept you alive, it is God who kept you alive. Satan doesn't keep anybody alive. He is called the thief. He has come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So if you are alive, God has put you on your feet. Jesus made it possible. And what do? You respond with thanksgiving. You respond with, I said to God one day, I said, even if you don't answer any more prayer till I die, you have tried. Many years ago. That if nothing still happens, and I've said that now more than 15 years ago, that if nothing extra happens to my life, I will still be following you till I die. Now you understand what I'm talking about. Until you resign yourself fully to God, the journey is always rough. May I say this? You owe God thanks. It's a debt you must pay day in, day out. The thanksgiving we hold here once every month is to stimulate your attitude of thanksgiving to God. This month, nothing to thank God for. So next month, there won't be anything to thank God for. Every month, you must package enough reason. Your children went to school every day and returned. You went to work every day, you return. On the street you pass, people die almost every day. Why not you? God has kept you. This is important. That's what made David won the heart of God. May more Davids arise in this service this morning. Oh, we constantly find a reason to give God thanks. In closing, in case you are in chains like Paul and Silas, awaiting your execution as their case was. In Acts chapter 16, the Bible said in verse 25, at the midnight of their ordeal, they switched over to praise, and heavens came down. Thanksgiving and praise is a weapon of deliverance. A weapon of deliverance. And you can understand that. When evil spirit came on Saul and David played the instrument, evil spirit departed from him and he was refreshed. When you are sold out to a life of thanksgiving and praise, evil spirit can't hold you to ransom. You are delivered by the power of God and divine presence. Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises aloud. The prisoners mocked them, but God loosed them. People may mock you as you praise him. We can't even tell what he's praising God for. But as they mock you, God steps in to loose you. You shall not remain in chains anymore. I think with this we have a bit of insight and reminder and inspiration this morning that God is worthy of all thanks, worthy of all praise. I can tell when this ministry began, my salary was 300 naira, my wife was 140 naira, according to what God made available. But there was no day we prayed for food. Nothing is enough except God's hand is there. Visitors kept coming in and going out, but there was no one day we went to the next house to ask for something extra to make comfortable the guests. Most of the things that are finished in your house, you finish them yourself. It is your ingratitude that finished those things. And when you switch over to gratitude, you will not know emptiness anymore. Nothing goes empty when your thanks unto God are really full. Thanksgiving will terminate every emptiness in your life. May I say this? The food on your table today, he put it there. The job in your hand today, he gave it to you. Smarter people than you don't have the job that you have. God gave it to you. The life that made it possible for you to do that job, he offered it to you. So everything about you is a gift. What role did you play to be born? Hello? Say with me, God. That's important. That's the way up. The cheapest way off. The cheapest way off is to recognize that God is the reason you and I are alive. God is the reason for the results that we see. God is the reason for the blessings that we enjoy. God is the reason for the breath in our nostrils. God is the reason for the food on our table. God is the reason for the peace in our family. God is the reason for everything that people applaud us for. God is the reason for it. We have great leaders in our nation here today. One day Nebuchadnezzar stood in his palace and said, "This great kingdom which my hand has built," God said, "Your hand built it, you will crawl on that hand." Because he gave not glory to God, God made him to crawl on those hands for 7 years. One king in Acts chapter 12 made an oration to contest the place of the Almighty. And as he spoke, they have organized the applaud. The people said with one voice, "The voice of a God and not of a man." And an angel of the Lord went forth and smote him, and worms ate him up on his throne. God reacts very violently to people who appropriate his glory to themselves. People clap for you. You are the best in that interview. Wonderful. Who made you to be the best? You got the job that you are least qualified for. Who gave you that job? People you should never have met in your life, they call you on phone to do you a favor. Who is the reason for that? I am sure the reason many Christians are stranded and grounded today is that they appropriate every favor, every result, every beauty, every glory, at least some of it, to themselves. At least some of it to themselves. You see, I knew what I did before I got that thing. Well, thank God for what he did, but what I did was the reason why it happened. And so everything stops happening. May that never be your experience. Some of the testimonies you share here made me to shed tears. One of the reasons I shed tears is that I hope this individual will continue to acknowledge that this is God that did it. That it's not him, and it's not his pastor, it's not his church, that it is God. And when that happens, God never stops. You become a living wonder when you are lost in praise and thanksgiving. That is God. That's what he does. And he hasn't changed. He will not change. He has not changed, and he will never change. He has not changed, and he will never change. I don't know what to expect during this week, but I know this week will be a week of
came up against your name. The enemy came up against your name. Despite what it looks like, you will win. You will win. The enemy came up against your health. Come. The enemy came up against